In this video, we're going to continue looking at base running, our third phase of the game, and have a look at how you score, how you're going to get round, and how you score certain things in the game. So you might see the statistics and understand what they mean a little bit better as well. So let's assume that you're not going to get out. You're not going to be caught. You're not going to have 3 strikes against you, okay? So you're going to hit the ball. And generally, you can split the different types of hit into 2, okay? There's lots of different types of hits in the game. But you can either hit the infield, so you hit what's called a ground ball. So the ball hits the ground into the infield within this square, within this diamond. Or you can hit a fly ball. It tends to go into the outfield, okay? So you hit the ball either along the ground, okay, and it goes through the gaps between the fielders, or you hit it nice and high and it lands. It doesn't get caught, it lands somewhere in the outfield, okay? So as a runner from first, there are 2 different things, okay? So from the batter's perspective, from the batter, if you hit a ground ball, run, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. As soon as you hit the ball, you need to be running. However, you have a split second to know where the ball has gone. Either the ball has pinged off your bat and gone to the outfield, or the ball's hit the ground and it's going somewhere in the infield. If the ball has hit the ground and it's going somewhere in the infield, it's highly likely that one of these fielders is going to scoop the ball up and make a play at one of these bases. So if you are a batter, understand what you then need to do. If you hit the ground ball, it's now a race to first base. Run as fast as you can. Don't look back, don't look at the ball, just run and get to that yellow bit or that orange bit and get over it as fast as you can. You are now in a race between these infielders and your speed. If you hit a fly ball and it goes into the outfield, okay, you can not take your time, but it's not a foot race to first base, okay? If you hit a fly ball, there's either 2 things that's going to happen. It's going to drop or it's going to be caught. If it's going to be caught, it doesn't matter where you are on the field. You'll just have to turn around and walk back to the sidelines. However, if it drops, you now have time to go to second base and maybe get extra bases. So rather than running to first and then running back, and then the fielder's still chasing after it, and then half an hour later the ball comes in, what you want to do is you then want to turn the corner. So you will hear either your coach saying, run, 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 run. For a ground ball, you don't have to think about anything else. As fast as you can, get to first base before the ball does. A fly ball, you have time to not just run straight to first base, to come out a little bit, to then turn the corner, okay? And you want to be thinking, can I get to second base before this ball, okay? And there's a couple of things that you're going to do. Either, as an inexperienced player, you're going to listen to your coach who is stood here, okay, at first base coach, or you're going to think, where has that ball gone? How do I think this player is going to react? Do they have a strong arm? You might have noticed in previous innings, in the warm-up, from just experience, from knowing who that person is, that the person playing at any of these positions could be very good. So you know that they can throw the ball in very, very fast and you're not going to beat them. So you can come around the corner, and then you can retreat back. The distinction here, from the previous videos, I've said, so long as you touch this base, you can run over it. Your momentum taking you over this base does not then affect you being safe. So remember, you are only safe if you are touching a base, but on first base, you can run over it and you can keep going forever, okay? You can be off the base and then return to it later and you'll be turned into a runner. However, slight addendum to that rule, if you then come into the field of play, okay, it doesn't matter if you run there. If you then come into the field of play, you are then indicating that you are thinking about heading towards second base. You are now no longer safe. So if you run on a ground ball and you want to get to first base, you can run over it fine, you are safe. You can return to it at any time. However, as soon as you go over the foul ball line, you are indicating to the fielding side, actually, I'm going to go to second. You are now no longer safe, and you can be tagged out. Oh, it's gone. Okay, and you can be tagged out. You're no longer safe because you're no longer touching the base. So you really only want to go into fair territory if the ball is deep enough so you can get back to first base, back to the safety of touching that base. So the ball's hit deep. You now want to turn that corner. You want to turn the corner. You want to get off the base. You don't want to stand there, okay, and decide. You want to be here. You can go as far as you want. Because if the ball is deep, depending on where it is, either in the right field or left field you can go a little bit further. Okay. If it goes into right field, which is more likely for a left-hander, then you've got to think, am I going to get to that base and be safe on that base? Because remember, if I go over it, if the momentum takes me over, I can be tagged out. Can I get to that base before this team can throw it in, get it into someone's glove, and tag me out? If you think you can, run, get to second base. This fielding side will have to throw the ball in. It's no longer a race to second base. It's no longer a force play because you are not forced. They will have to tag you out. So if you get to second, even if they get the ball there, even if they stand on the base, catch the ball, if you get there and they do not tag you, you are safe. It is not a force play because you are not forced by a runner behind you. So as a fielding side, you have to be aware of that runner then turning the corner to second. It is no longer a force play, it's a tag play. As a runner, if you don't think you're going to get there, okay, this fielding side is likely going to throw it into second base. So you can then just turn around and retreat back to first, to the safety of touching first base. So always try and return the corner, get up the line, maybe halfway, maybe 3/4 of the way. If it goes into left field, you've got a lot of time to get back, okay? If the left fielder can throw the ball before you can retreat all the way back to first base, they should be getting paid to play the sport and not play it at a social level, okay? That's a very good play. You can always come back, okay? So a ground ball, run. A fly ball, turn that corner, okay? Turn the corner and you will hear the phrase from your coach, look to or looking to, okay? So look to. Make a decision very quickly. Can you beat the ball to second base? If the ball is already in somebody's hand, probably turn round. If the ball is still on the ground and they're chasing after it, then yes, go to 3. Then you might even hear looking 3, okay? Looking 2, looking 3. If the ball is over there, okay, the ball is in right field, then yes, you could probably go to 3 as well. You get what's called a triple. Single, double, triple. There's a long way from right field to third base. If the ball is in left field, you probably want to hold up because it's a much shorter distance, okay? But again, if you are running to third, it is no longer a force play. There is nobody behind you forcing you, so it's not a force play. It's not a race to the base. It's now a tag out. They would have to literally get the ball and tag you out, okay? So understand the difference as a batter between a ground ball where you just have to run, touch that base. Do not go into fair territory. If the ball is deep, okay, turn that corner. You can always come back, okay? Do not be reticent. Do not be scared of going around that corner and then going, you know what, I'm going to turn around and come back. I'm not going to get to second, okay? They've fielded it very well. Right centre fielder's got it. I'm not going to beat that base. Shortstop's come across. They've thrown it in. No, I'm going to go back. Okay. In that situation, you have been forced back to the base. Okay. There's no point running into that tag. Okay. Come back. You are safe, and you are now a runner. Okay. In this situation, where there are no runners on the base, so the bases are what are called empty, it's fairly simple. As a batter runner, it is fairly simple. Ground ball, run, 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 run. Fly ball, turn the corner and looking to. Okay, some of the times you can do a fly ball, you can turn the corner, oh, you're caught and you're out. You might as well turn the corner. Okay, if you're here and you're just watching, okay, admiring your hit, okay, as soon as it drops, look where you are. That distance there is not a long distance. That distance there is a long distance. Getting to second is probably the most difficult thing in the sport. So if you can get to second on your own hit, excellent work. In the next video, we're going to have a look at what happens from the perspective of a base runner if there is a fly ball. And we're going to look at the dreaded tag-up rule.